It's Gratitude Sunday. Oh, see, I had a mic.
It's Gratitude Sunday. Now it's your turn. Say it.
Yes, we are ready.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning, Spiritual Life Center. Welcome to the SLC Sunday Experience. It's Gratitude Sunday. And we are so grateful because you are here and your soul is welcome.
Yes, you are in the right place at the right time, especially today because it is Pie Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
In addition to gratitude. Let's sing about it.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. In the right place. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. Your soul is welcome. Our souls are welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. Oh, my soul is welcome. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome.
I'm getting the message.
I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. My soul is welcome.
Put your hands together, whether you're live streaming or here in person. Put your hands together.
My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome
Happy
here.
Gratitude Sunday, y'all.
My soul is welcome. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. We're so thankful.
All right, your souls are welcome here. Good morning, Reverend Deborah. Good to see you once again.
Good morning, Reverend James, and it's good to see you. We've all been galed out, and now we're
Some are ready to do it again next year.
next year. Right now, we greet you in the name of all that is good, all that is holy, and all that is sacred, and in the warm and loving energy of this community Spiritual Life Center. Now, Spiritual Life Center honors all people worshiping in temples, mosques, churches, the stone temples, and of course, the beautiful temples of nature. And if you're with us for the very first time, either online or here on site, we especially want to welcome you because we know that you are not here by accident. Every single one of us is here by
Divine appointment.
And we're just so glad to be together today. And we are equally as glad when you silence your cell phones and electronic devices and wear your masks properly.
Let's take a moment and know that we have this clear, direct beeline to the Spirit of the living God. That we need not go through any intermediary. We just need to be open and receptive to this living Spirit of truth that is everywhere present. We're grateful for that. And in this attitude of absolute gratitude, we appreciate all the good things that have been in our life, all the good things that are in our life right now, And all those things are on their way that are already existent in the mind and the heart of pure spirit. For in spirit there is no past, present, or future. There's only now. And as we continue to, yes, we can. Appreciate, as we appreciate more and more of the good in our life, we attract more and more good into our life, including the circumstances, the people, and the opportunities. So we go forth with this energetic, lifting ourselves to be one with the presence, and we know that it's all good because that is the nature of this presence. And we say so in the name and the nature of the Spirit of the living God. Amen. Well, our mission here at Spiritual Life Center is as follows. I invite you to join in with me. To transform lives as we love, serve, and remember. And of course, we do that as we carry out these 5 unity principles, which are universal, that we can apply every day in our life, that we seek to live out here at Spiritual Life Center and in our individual lives. And they are as follows. God is absolute good and everywhere present. People are inherently good. Thoughts create our experiences. Prayer and meditation are how we connect with God. We must take action.
And you know that bit about experiences? I think Faith in Action this year was a major experience for a lot of people. And I just want to thank everyone who helped me put it together, and the hosts and the facilitators and participants, and your wonderful talks, James. It was an amazing Faith in Action this year. Thank you so much for playing.
Yeah. Yes, a lot of people had to come together to make that happen. I thank you, Reverend Deborah, because you did the workbook and everything that's behind the scenes that has to be done. And we also offer thanks for all the folks that came together for our gala and made it happen, all those who participated. Yes. I believe a good time was had by all. It was wonderful. And thank Karen Drucker for being here in person. And she shared with me that she had not performed live in over 2 years. So she came here Friday night, and it was a special experience for her to be with this community. And we definitely give thanks to her. It was wonderful all the way around. Just a reminder that, we're having a raffle and online auction, and we're extending that until next Sunday, November the 28th at 1 p.m., because we have so much stuff, and a lot of people want to have plenty of time to keep bidding higher and higher and buying more stuff. So you have the opportunity to do that through next Sunday. So don't miss it. Just go on the website, and you'll get all that information about how to do that. Oh, and we also want to recognize our global sponsors, Tom and Josie Johnson, as well as the other sponsors. They were here at the earlier service. We acknowledge them. And as Reverend Deborah said, you may not be able to read all the sponsors up there, but you can go to our website as all the folks that help sponsor our event and really help underwrite the cost of it so that we can have a better profit margin.
And I think we were very successful this year, so thank you so much.
Yes, more information will come out exactly how well we did, but we'll probably do that after next Sunday because we'll kind of be able to tally how much we were able to support the community.
Yeah. So this Wednesday is Thanksgiving Eve, and that means that our annual Come to the Table communion service will be at 7 o'clock. Reverend James and I will be doing the service. Our music team will be Paula Mandela and Larry Schifflett. This is when we come together to commune with the divine, and one of the best ways that we commune is through a symbolic meal, or through a meal, and of course this is a symbolic meal. And it's just a quiet, meditative experience, and we invite you all to be here at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. And as far as probably it's going to be grape juice and bread, we have found a way to be what we feel like COVID safe with that, so please join us.
Yes, and as I mentioned in the earlier service, if you want wine, you have to bring your own. Okay.
Put it in your pocket.
Okay, then the following Wednesday, or December the 1st, we invite you to join us in our Advent season through the beautiful sacred ceremony of walking the Advent garden spiral. Now, this garden labyrinth portrays the kingdoms of the earth, waking to the coming of the inner light. It's accompanied by very soft music and singing, and all invited to the center with a candle, where we will meet the light and bring it to the world. We're going to be meeting in the parking lot at the building next door. And so bundle up, maybe cool that evening, but bring a lawn chair or a garden chair, a cup of hot tea or cider or coffee, whatever you like, and remain to watch the light grow. The spiral will be available between 5:30 and 7:30 p.m.
And then on December 11th, you can bring your friends and come for a no supply shortage holiday shopping experience at our Holiday Arts and Crafts Fair. Our very own fabulous artisans and crafters are setting up shop, and they're going to have some very unique and interesting things. We will enjoy seasonal music, treats, while shopping, and I believe there may be some raffles going on at the same time too, but you will find some very unique gifts there, and it is December 11th from noon to 4.
Okay. And also coming up, each quarter, Sally Sion and I, who's a member of our board of trustees, we facilitate a new member information session to give anyone who's new to our community an opportunity to know Spiritual Life Center a little better. That's going to be on December the 12th at 1 p.m., right after the second service. And we look forward to sharing our own individual stories and the journeys on how we got here, and to answer any questions that you may have about our evolving and vibrant spiritual community. So those who are new, or if you're not even new, just want to kind of show up and hang out with us, be free to do that. All are welcome to our sessions.
You might learn something new about SLC too.
Or maybe me and Sally. You never know what we might reveal that day.
And we have so much to talk about, obviously, we already have. And I wanted to say, wait, there's more. But we would like to get on with the service. So for the second part of December, and find out what's going on then, you can go out to the courtyard, look at the bulletin board, go talk to people at the hub. Or, of course, all of the happenings at SLC are on our website. So check it out, because this is a busy time of year.
And at this time, I invite anyone who is a chaplain or a member of our board of trustees that are here this morning just to please stand. And we really appreciate them. As you can tell, the chaplains, normally they're wearing the white stoles, or you can just identify others that you know that are chaplains. And they hold the high watch and consciousness for us, not only on Sundays, but throughout the week with their calls to individuals. But today, if you have a challenge that you would like to have some prayer with, so you can see things from a higher point of view, lift your vibration to be one with the one, they're here to pray with you immediately after the service, either here in the sanctuary or in the courtyard. So we thank the chaplains for bringing their energy and consciousness with us this morning. And our board members are also doing great work as holding consciousness, which is really the most important thing, but they also do work behind the scenes. So there's a lot of talents and skills and energy that they bring in order to continue to move our community forward into our next stage of our own evolution. So we thank the board members that are here, and they're also available to answer questions that you may have of them if you have a question you'd like to have answered. So thank board members and our chaplains for their service.
And we love to greet our newcomers. And in a moment, we will ask you to raise your hand. But first, we want you to know there are many, many ways to become connected here at SLC. And one of the ways to find that information is to fill out the welcome card. That welcome card is available online, and you can submit it that way. If you're here on site, we will give you the card if you raise your hand. You can fill it out, take it out to the courtyard, to the welcome table, where there is a special gift and a special welcome for you.
So if anyone's here for the very first time today, any first timers, if you raise your hand, I'll just keep your hand up nice and high. Thank you so much. We appreciate your presence here today. We support you on your spiritual path, whatever that may be. And you'll be getting the purple ribbon. If you wear that on the side of where your heart is, you can get a special Spiritual Life Center greeting and welcome from other members and friends of Spiritual Life Center. And also you can fill out the card if you want to be informed as to all the activities that are taking place at our community. So we thank you, and we affirm the magnificence that you are. And with that, I invite folks just to greet one another in a manner that feels comfortable for you, and just say, "You are marvelous."
invite you to stay standing. We're going to sing this wonderful song written by Karen Drucker. What a wonderful way to honor her. She was just here on Friday, and it is a perfect message for today. So please join us in singing Grateful.
Grateful, grateful, grateful for all the love that I have. Grateful, grateful, grateful for all the love that I have. I am so grateful, so grateful. I'm grateful for all the love that I have. I am so grateful, so very grateful. I am grateful for all the love that I have. Everywhere I look, in every face I see, is love reflected, shining back to me. I just give thanks for all these simple things, the joy and peace that gratitude brings. That's why I'm grateful, so very grateful. I'm grateful for all the love that I have. I am so very grateful. I'm grateful for all the love that I have. Every day I wake before I open my eyes, I count my blessings and I realize life is a miracle when you see it that way. I focus on the beauty, that's why I've got to say I am grateful, so very grateful for all the love that I have. I am so grateful, grateful for all the love that I have. Grateful, grateful, grateful for all the love that I have. Grateful, grateful, grateful for all the love that I have. Oh, yeah. So very grateful for all the love that I have. I am so grateful, grateful. I am grateful for all the love that I have. I am grateful for all of my friends. I am grateful for all of my friends. I am grateful for my wonderful life. I am grateful for my wonderful life. I am grateful for my radiant health. I am grateful for my radiant health. I am grateful for my abundance. Grateful for my abundance. I am grateful for the joy in my heart. I am grateful for the joy in my heart. I am grateful for the peace that I feel. I am grateful for the peace that I feel. I am grateful for every blessing. I am grateful for every.
Now it's your turn. You fill in the blank. Grateful for, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful for.
Shout it out, shout it out. Come on.
Yeah, I am grateful. I am grateful.
I'm grateful.
I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful.
Please be seated.
I invite you now to speak out loud with me our vision statement. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people. Let's start over. Welcome. Oh, yeah. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people and accepts everyone, no exceptions, weaving ancient spiritual traditions with emerging wisdom. We cultivate a spiritual deepening with the divine, each other, and our planet. And now let's sing this beautiful chant in preparation for meditation.
I invite you to take a nice deep breath and settle in. Please join us in singing. As I think, so shall it be. As I know, so shall I see. As I feel, so let it be. God does great work through me. I know the truth within my mind, that as I think, so shall I find. I know the truth within my heart, and all I know, God's grace imparts. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Father, Mother. Thank you, Father, Mother,
As we settle into this time of quiet, take a breath and relax more fully into your chair. Drop your shoulders. Relax your eyelids. And bring your focus down into your heart center. Breathe in love. Exhale light. Exhale light. Breathe in light and exhale love. And notice as you breathe this way how you begin to feel lighter and freer. And allow your consciousness to rise up and up out of your body, out of this room, and drift into a daydream sky. As you look down, you can see your whole town. And from this perspective, things look very different. Houses and yards, apartment buildings, parks, roads are just a patchwork of energies working together to provide a physical network for the people living in the town. Your attention is drawn to the people walking around. And you are surprised to see that one of those people is you. Fascinated, you watch as you walk along a sidewalk. And you notice that even though the sidewalk is completely dry, a trail of footprints glimmer in your wake. They are faint, ephemeral, with a slight twinkle of light here and there. But they're definitely there, and they don't seem to be fading. As you continue to watch yourself walk along, greeting people, smelling flowers, petting animals, the same thing happens. Whoever you greet, whatever you touch, that faint, ephemeral light lingers after you. The light lingers and blends into other energies, but it never completely dissipates. It remains. This revelation that your mere presence on this earth leaves such an impression gives you a moment of pause, and you decide you need to absorb this. And you see a small wooded area, and so you allow yourself to descend and gently settle on the ground. A wise being is there to greet you. And you know it is a wise being because it is wearing a name tag that says, Wise Being. Is it true, you ask, do I have an effect on everything all the time? And the wise being smiles, touches your shoulder, and says, yes, a part of you, your energy, always interacts and remains as you walk through your life. But that is too much responsibility, you say. Oh, it's not like that, the wise being says. This is simply a reminder that you don't have to be famous or do something big to make a difference. Your thoughts and actions speak of who you are. Your simply being on earth matters. Who you are matters. Your thoughts matter. You matter. The great divine knows who you are, why you are here, even if you don't always remember. The wise being touches your heart center, and you are filled, overflowing with light and gratitude. Tuning into that light, you say, I overflow with gratitude for all that I am and for all that I contribute to the world. Thank you for your gift of life and love. And you take this prayer into the silence. Softly you pray, guide my thoughts, divine spirit, that I may be the highest version of myself on earth. Amen. As you take a breath and begin to return to your body, receive this blessing. O my beloved, it is written in the book of Isaiah, see, I have written your name on the palms of my hands. You are known and loved because you are God's work on earth. You matter. Remember this, always.
Thank you. 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 Pouring down. Your love is pouring down. Your love is pouring down. Your love is pouring down. Thank you. 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 Your love is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your love is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your love is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, your love is. Got to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your love is. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it was the theologian Meister Eckhart that said that if you had only one prayer to say, just say thank you. That would be enough. Well, as you know, we have the setup is a little bit different here today, so we're going to do something a little bit different. We thought today, being Gratitude Sunday, we'd have some of the members of our community to share their thoughts and feelings and speak from their heart as to what their perspective on gratitude and Thanksgiving is all about. So we have three individuals I'm going to ask to come forward. I'm going to start out with the one that you already know so much. It's right behind me, the one and only Larry Schifflett. So she's going to come forward, and I'm going to ask her a few questions.
Sorry, I was hiding back there.
Yeah, you caught me off guard this time.
Service, I was sitting out there.
Yeah, I was looking for her. I thought, did she leave me? Well, thank you for being here and willing to share with us today,
Yes,
Larry.
thank you.
And I am grateful and thankful for your presence here at Spiritual Life Center.
Same to you guys. Really.
Well, the first thing I want to ask you, how long have you been part of Spiritual Life Center, and how did you get here?
Okay, so it's been about almost 4 years, so I'm going to say 3 to 4, and I came here due to Anne. She asked me to do a gig, and I didn't know how I felt about it because I wasn't ready to come back to my faith, but it was a gig, so I was like, yeah, I'm taking a gig I can.
Whatever it takes, you know.
I mean, I went to school for it, so I'm like, okay. Anyways, I came here, and we'll talk more about that a little bit later, but I just grew from there. Here.
Yes, so you never know when you get asked to do a gig what it might lead to.
Yes. I have some stories. Just,
Well, this being Gratitude Sunday and Thanksgiving week, what does gratitude and Thanksgiving mean to you? What does that come up for you?
so being grateful to me is, it's everything that you have. You just be grateful for the things you have, but also be grateful for the rough times because they really help you grow. And they're not always easy.
Yes. Well, can you tell me maybe an experience or a situation that happened in your life that you now look back on that you're grateful for, that's brought some gratitude into your life?
Yeah, absolutely. I always talk about how college, being in the Advanced Vocal Jazz Ensemble at AR, helped me grow as a vocalist, and it did. But really, I didn't want to talk about that, so I always talk about it, And I was like, this place has really helped me grow as a vocalist. And, being a musician takes a lot. It's a lot more than people think. But when I'm here, it's more than...
That's not me, is it?
It's my frequency. I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Being here isn't just a gig for me anymore, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the family that I have with you guys. So.
Well, was there any particular event that kind of triggered your realization that, this is something for me to be grateful for?
Absolutely. Working with Paula has been I'm so grateful for Paula. I'm so sorry. I'm a bit distracted. And I'm just grateful for the whole music team. And this place has really, really changed me a lot in so many different ways. But recently I've really discovered, and I shared this at the first service, and it was kind of hard for me to share. I'm an alcoholic, and I know that's surprising. But I found out on June 9th, and I just stopped. I was going to lose everything. Paula, where are you over there? She was the first person I told. I don't know if you know that. But I told her, and I was terrified that I was going to lose my position here because I was drinking in the morning. I couldn't just not do it. I was trying to help my stress and anxiety, and I have a chronic pain condition, and that's kind of how I got into it. But, I realized that I don't need it, and I really needed to stop because I was going to lose my relationship and my job, or it got really bad. And I'm very grateful for the love and the respect that I got, especially from you, Paula, because I was scared. I was like, oh, man. But I really appreciate just all the love that I get here, and I feel like I really don't need it, So, yeah, oh, yeah, and it's been 6 months. Yeah, sorry. Thank you. Thank you. My teeth are so much wider. No.
We're grateful for a lot of it.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that you could say within you that has changed as a result of expressing and feeling gratitude?
I'm just so much happier. It's insane. I actually was depressed for a long time. My mom was really sick for 3 years, and she almost died, and that's kind of when I stopped believing in God. And when I came here and I saw myself change, I was like, it's insane. I used to think sitting here like this, like meditating was so stupid. Like, really, I was like, okay, woosah. All right, I'm going to get into the zone. But now I really can feel that. And I'm so grateful for that. And I feel really confident with it. And you feel it inside. You know when you know. I know you guys can relate to that. And just having this whole community here is just, I've changed because of you guys. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Laree, for sharing.
And you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the next individual we're going to ask to come over to share is the one that you saw dancing and prancing around the service. He has a very effervescent personality. And you can tell he has a lot to be grateful for. Walter Crawford. Well, greetings, Walter.
Thank you.
Yes, and it was great to go out to the movies with you and your wife and some other folks a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
movies.
yeah,
I
that
got
was
to see James without the platform. That was cool.
Well, tell me, how long have you been part of Spiritual Life Center?
About 20 years.
Oh, good while.
Started out at Pioneer Congregational Church. Their first day there, they talked about they honor all religions, stone paths, and nature, and I was in.
Cool.
That touched me like. That's the kind of church I want to be a part of.
Cool. Well, tell me, when we're talking about gratitude, what does that mean for you?
It's an uplifter. I mean, because if you think about it, when your things are going good and you're just in the gratitude, but when your things are down, gratitude has lifted me out of it, if I can remember, Yeah, so it's an uplifter.
Good. Well, is there anything that you can say, an experience, something that you picked up along the way that really reinforced gratitude for you or opened up the opportunity for you to be more grateful in your life?
That's affirmative.
Okay.
Oprah Winfrey, I am so grateful for her to introduce Eckhart Tolle. And, I heard lots of, yeah. And they introduced the Eckhart Tolle, The New Earth. Oh, when I read it, I got how much I was in my head. And to give you an example, sometimes I'd lay in bed Saturday morning. You're thinking of all the things you got to do in the day, and then you think of all those things, and then I started getting stressed out thinking of all those things, and then I didn't want to get out of bed. Crazy. This thing can be crazy. And Eckhart Tolle taught me that I don't have to listen to this, that I have to just recognize it, and then that lets it go. And so there was a learning there that I learned, and then somehow I slipped into my mind again, which is so easy to do, and we did the Don Miguel Luis workshops, or the Faith in Action, and on the last chapter they said to, his teachings is that these are lies. Most of it are lies. Now there's some brilliance up there too. Don't discard that. But all the lies, don't listen to. And it was like I needed to hear that again, And the other thing that I realized is that I was judging people, and I was judging myself too, and it was separating me from people. I've got great love connections with people, but there's other people that I'm like, that little monkey mind in there. And so they asked one of the last questions that Deborah, I guess, wrote up and said, what would it look like to have love in your life? And it was like, I wrote out this thing, and it was like, that's what I want to be. I don't want to be in my head judging. I want to be loved. I want to share my love. And so this past 2 weeks has been an eye opener for me.
Great.
And I so appreciate all of you. When I was dancing around and I was getting these people going like this, it was just like a love connection. And so thank you for that, man.
Now, yeah, I think you had mentioned that there was maybe one incident where you were able to practice some of the things that you learned about judgment and how it benefited you.
Yeah, so this is one incident of many that judgments got in the way. So a person I know, I hadn't called in a while because I have judgments about him, and I thought, just put those judgments aside, just call him. And so I called him, and we had this wonderful talk, connection, and it was like I hung up afterwards, and I went, why did I judge him? And it was like I've got to just not do that, or catch myself when I do it, because I know it's going to come up again, because this brain is just brilliant at coming up with another thing to judge.
So overall, how would you say that you have changed or something that's transformed within you as a result of practicing gratitude or appreciation?
Well, that I'm experiencing more love connections. I'm more, not that I wasn't before, but I'm just open to more. And what's crazy about this is when I started doing this, my mind's going, oh, this is just going to be temporary. You've learned these things before, and you're just going to come back in your life. You're going to just start judging again. So just start judging now, or whatever. The craziness of the mind.
So why wait, huh?
And then what's interesting is I had this talk at the 9 o'clock, and after I had the talk, my mind's like going, oh my God, you had this talk, and now you have to actually demonstrate it. But it's a lie. It's a lie, and I'm claiming it a lie. So
great. You expressed some gratitude for some folks earlier. Do you want to share the people in your life?
This place has. I was in the choir, and I met the love of my life in the choir in SLC, and that's Janet. And talk about appreciation of somebody who knows how to love unconditionally. It means the world to me. And so if that's not enough, that's like, ooh, what a gift. But not only that, I also found a best friend of mine, Daniel Thomas, who I love dearly, and I'm so appreciative of that too. And I'm so appreciative of the youth ministry who is raising my daughter in a consciousness that is not condemning. And she's so much further than I was with knowing that. And when she came back from rally, she came into my room and she goes, "Good night, Dad." And she said it with all this gusto that I hadn't heard before, and there was a lot of love in there, and it was like, wow, let's have rally every week. And then just out in the courtyard, I find these hands coming around the back of me, and I look down, and I think they're my wife, and it's my daughter, and I'm like, so, there's just lots of love, man.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Walter, for sharing us with us this morning, because we can feel the love coming from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we have one more person that, let me get my mic here. We have one more person that we're going to have share this morning, but Deborah's going to do the interview, and we have Mary Roberts is going to share with her.
So we have a tough act to follow here, Mary, but I think you're way up to it. You know, you've been in my group for probably about 4 years, and so we know each other fairly well, and I know your story. But I just want to ask you, what does gratitude mean to you? Well, first of all, how long have you been at SLC?
About 4 years.
Okay, but you were here before, right?
Before my accident, I found you downtown somehow accidentally, and I could never find it again. And then after my accident, one of our congregants, Jane Francis, moved in with me and helped me in my recovery, and she brought me here every week.
Okay, so 4 years. So what does gratitude mean to you? How would you describe gratitude?
Gratitude is the thing that changed my entire life.
What other words besides gratitude do you use for that feeling?
Thankfulness and welcoming and a deep feeling of love inside that I didn't used to always know I felt.
And so is there a particular experience, of course we know there is, that has brought you to this level of gratitude?
4.5 years ago, I had a bad accident in my house. I was in my bedroom and I fell, and a very heavy piece of furniture fell on me and knocked me out and paralyzed me. And I lay there for 5 days before Karen and Dan found me. And I almost died. I had a complete renal shutdown, lots of brain damage, and it changed my life. It was actually the best thing that ever happened to me.
What are some of the things that happened during that time that did that for you? So you were in the hospital for what, 8 months?
I was in the hospital for a couple of weeks, and then I was in a rehab for 8 months, and they had to teach me how to walk and talk and feed myself. And that's what I tell people when how are you grateful for? I can walk and talk and feed myself. That's what I'm grateful for. My youngest son and I were estranged for about 10 years. And I was getting ready to take his pictures down from the wall because it hurt so much to look at him, because I had no contact at all. He came to see me when I was in the rehab. And he walked through the door, and I didn't recognize him. But as soon as he opened his mouth, I knew who he was, and I just started bawling. That brought him back into my life. I communicate with all 3 of my kids every day. They communicate back with me. He's back in my life. I'd go through everything all over again just to get that back in my life. And I was so lucky that it happened. I'm a reading specialist by training. And because of the brain damage, I could not read anymore. And I remember my sister-in-law coming over to me at the rehab, and she brought little alphabet letters and little pictures of dogs and cats and stuff. And she taught me how to read cat and dog and run. And I remember that. I still have trouble reading physical papers because of the damage to my eyes, but I can listen to books now. And I grew up on books. I love books. And I'm so grateful that there's so many audio books that are around now, including the one we just studied for Faith in Action.
So, and we've discussed your spiritual journey as well through this, and so in this time being back after the accident, what has Spiritual Life Center given to you or done for you in this period of time? Internally, what's happened for you?
I grew up with a very condemning, judging, go to hell kind of God. And there wasn't a lot of love that I was feeling. And the encouragement all of you gave me week after week as I was struggling with my walker and then with a cane, and now I'm not even with a cane anymore. But the love you gave me and supported me is what helped me.
So anything that you would want to express about how you changed inside or how you see yourself differently?
I'm a completely different person. Until about 2 weeks ago, I would have said I have not been depressed since my accident. And that's all I was before. And yet, the depression has come back. But I know tools that I can use to help me cope. And that is what you have given me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary, so much for sharing your story. It's a beautiful, amazing story, and I'm so happy that more people know about it. So thank you for being with us today. We didn't do our hug.
Well, thank you, Mary and Walter and Laree. I think I can't speak for anyone else, but I got a great deal out of it to help reaffirm and strengthen my gratitude muscle this day of Gratitude Sunday. So we thank you so much and appreciate you sharing your hearts with us, because that's what it's all about, to help transform our hearts and to bring more of that love into our life and into our world that needs it so much. And we do the best that we can to model that, and you all doing a magnificent job. So I feel so grateful for each and every one of you. At this time next week, I'll be back to share with you. My title of my talk is The Symphony of Your Soul, and we'll see what that looks like next week. I'm looking forward to that experience. For those who are at home or wherever you might be watching us online, we thank you for your presence, and we invite you to support this work of Spiritual Life Center through your gifts and donations. And you can do so by texting SLC Love to 44321. That's SLC Love to 44321. Or you can go to our website, slcworld.org, click the Donate tab, and give in other ways by mail. So we appreciate your support, whatever that may be. And to help spread the word even more, depending upon what platform you may be on, we invite you to, like us, share, subscribe, whatever the platform calls for, so we can increase more people being aware of these transformative work and teachings here at Spiritual Life Center. And for those who are here today, we just invite you to take your gift and your love offering and symbolically raise it to the heavens. And if you've given in other ways, just know that you are in the flow of a principle that never fails, that whatever we give out does indeed come back to us in ways that we never would have imagined. And with that, I invite us together simply to affirm our offertory blessing. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God.
All right.
I was just going to say, can I just say again, thank you so much to everyone who told their story today. I am deeply moved and incredibly grateful for this community. So thank you so much. That really filled my heart, especially you, Mary. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Mary.
Are we all here?
Present and accounted for.
1, 2, 3, 4.
believe it. There's good all around, and I receive it. All I desire is already mine. Makes me feel thankful all of the time. I give from the heart and know deep inside, whatever I offer will be multiplied. The circle of giving goes on endlessly, creating a world of prosperity. Grateful, grateful spirit, I am grateful. I am living abundantly. Joyful, joyful, positively joyful. The joy of the Spirit is flowing through me. If sometimes I live life from a feeling of lack, that's just an illusion that's holding me back. God is my source for all that I need, for as I believe, I will receive. When trouble comes knocking, I will not die. The Spirit within me is working it out. God is revealing and showing the way. I rest in that promise and joyfully say, grateful, grateful spirit, I am grateful. I am living abundantly. Joyful, joyful, positively joyful. Joy of the Spirit is flowing through me. I receive, Spirit of the good and perfect thing you have for me. Yeah. I receive as I believe. I believe, I believe, I believe. I offer my life and all that I am, knowing my greatest good is what God has planned. Grateful, grateful spirit, I am grateful. I am living abundantly. Joyful, joyful, positively joyful. Joy of the Spirit is flowing through me. Grateful, grateful spirit, I am grateful. I am living so abundantly. Joyful, joyful, positively joyful. Joy of the Spirit is flowing through me. Grateful, grateful spirit, I am grateful. I am living so abundantly. Joyful, joyful, positively joyful. Joy of the Spirit is flowing through me. The joy of the Spirit is flowing through me. The joy of the Spirit is flowing through me. Oh, so grateful.
I think we have a great deal to be grateful for Ann and Larry and Lori and our band and all of each and every one of you. Paula, yes, everyone. We take this time now to give appreciation and thanks for the gifts and offerings that have been given to Spiritual Life Center so that we can provide a place for those who are here and those who are on their way, that are seeking transformation and upliftment in their lives. So we're grateful for all those who are supporting this community in whatever way they can. We express appreciation and hold in prayer all those who have left prayers in the prayer box. And regardless of what the challenge they may be going through or growing through, we are absolutely convinced and know that there is always a divine and perfect answer waiting to be expressed. For this presence, we may call it so many different names, the force, God, the divine, knows the answer even before the prayer has been uttered. For it all knows all, is all, and is through all, and loves each and every one of us. And so we know the prayer has been answered. Our job is simply to raise ourselves to be one with this one presence, with one power that is omniactive. And as we do, everything unfolds in its right and perfect way. The lessons are there, even in the ways that we may not have understood at this time. So we go forth with hearts filled with gratitude, appreciation, and thanksgiving. And we do so in the name and the nature of the Spirit of the living God that dwells within each and every one of us. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. And with that, let us join together as we affirm our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is. I am, and all is well. And with that, let us join together as we sing our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family all are we, let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Let this be the moment. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with
Peace and blessings. Have a great week. And see you Wednesday for our Thanksgiving Eve service.